Hey everyone, welcome to our channel, Southern Gmore Gals. We love having you here. If you're new to our channel, subscribe to our channel. My daughters and I have started this channel bringing you some unique seasonal DIY videos. Today we're participating in Christy Creates her Chic for Cheap challenge, and that's where you make a more expensive item and make it on a budget or a cheaper idea. And in this video today we have two Kirkland dupes or two Kirkland copycats. We have a heart-shaped wreath, and then we also have a mason jar design, and both of these are Valentine designs. So let's get started on our DIYs. So for our first DIY, this is Kirkland's website, and this is actually a canvas print. And when I saw this online, I didn't realize it was actually a picture that you were buying, but we're going to make what is in the picture with the mason jars and the floral design. I love the girly pink jars here. They're so festive and really a sweet design for Valentine's Day. This sells for $39.99. So we're going to make this with Dollar Tree items and some items that I have around my home for a fraction of that cost. To start with, I'm using 3-quart jars. I actually have a lot of jars at my own home where I've done some canning, and there's usually two main sizes, a quart or a pint. So I'm using the larger size as the quart, and I'm using a regular mouth. If you have wide mouth jars, you may need a little bit more floral to put inside your jars. And ask around, you may have a neighbor or a family member that may have jars if you don't have any. And you can purchase jars from Walmart, Dollar General. They're readily available if you don't have any. And all I did was paint my jars. I couldn't find the right shade of pink in a chalk paint or spray paint. So what I did was I have a white chalk paint, and I just added these 2 shades of pink. The darker jars are the Diva pink, and then the lighter shade there is the one jar that's a lighter pink. And I put 2 coats on each jar, and this went on really smooth. They're very easy to paint. Next, moving on to making my crate, I purchased 2 of these signs from the Dollar Tree. Mine says home. They have a couple different ones, and this is just like a hard cardboard type sign. It actually has some ridges there though, or some grooves. So that's actually what we're lining up, or what we're going to cut apart to make our strips for our crate. And my husband has a lot of tools, so we have a jigsaw, and that's what we use to cut these strips along those grooves. And you need 6 of the pieces, the longer pieces here, and they're roughly about a little over 11.5 inches. And then we cut 4 smaller pieces, and they're roughly about 4 inches. Just when you're measuring for your crate, you just want to be sure when you're starting to glue it together that your jars are actually fitting inside your crate before you actually get all done. And this was really good, kind of a guesstimate when we were cutting these out, and that fits really good for your jars. It was just the right size. And all I'm doing is using my glue gun to glue these together. Those are the 2 bottom pieces, and those are the 2 bottom sides. And then we're using the little short pieces. All 4 of these are going in each corner. So the bottom base and the back and the front and the bottom there, and then that's the corner. Again, just using the hot glue gun to put those together. And then we're going back and gluing those pieces together, the little short pieces on the side, and gluing the bottom together. And you can see there's still a little bit of a groove or a little empty space there in between, but that's okay because the hot glue gun is hitting it in all the right places and holding this together. So this makes your base and your sides are completed here. Next, we're going to go back. That's just another view of the crate there. And next, we're going to go back and put our top rail, or the top piece, along the front and along the back. And then this is just showing you the top railing there. And I just evened it up with those corners. There's one on the front and one on the back. So you have 2 boards in the back, 2 long pieces, and then 2 long pieces in the front, 2 short pieces on each side, and then 2 long pieces on your bottom to make your crate. Make sure your jars fit as you're going along. And then all I did was take a spray paint, a gray spray paint, and I painted my crate. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to use a little whitewash to add that kind of rustic finish. All I did was mix some white paint here with some water and just lightly went over it to give it that kind of rustic or kind of weathered look. And this is the floral that I'm putting in my jars. I actually had purchased this from Walmart in the fall. It actually came with some corn husk. It's just kind of like a wheat, and it was more of a tan shade, and I just spray painted one side an off-white and then spray painted the other side a light gray, so it gives it a little bit of contrast or variation. And these were about, I think it was $3 and something for a bunch of these at Walmart. Now for our finished design here, to paint my words on my jars, I'm just using the paint that I showed you previously. The word love I use, that's the darker pink, the Diva shade, and then the white, the Together and Be Mine, I used the white chalk paint. And then I took some burlap that I had from previous projects that I'd purchased from the Dollar Tree and just tied a little bow around them. And then put my floral into my jars. This is really a cute design. I love the pink jars. They're so festive and so girly. I want you to see though, we're going to go back and I'll show you the design from Kirklands and let you look and see what you think and compare if you think that we nailed this copycat or this dupe from Kirklands. So here again, this is the picture from Kirklands. This is off their website. Let you get a quick look here and see what you think so you can compare how ours turned out compared to their canvas print there. So here's our finished design again. This is a really sweet festive design. I love the girly pink there. For Valentine's Day, you can make this for a fraction of the cost. The crate there only cost us $2 to make. I already had lots of paints that I had on my own, but the apple pink paints are only about 99 cents. From Walmart, they do have an even smaller container of chalk paint that's usually only around $3. The size that I had is about $6.97, something like that from Walmart. And then the floral design I'd had from the fall, but it was about $3. The burlap strings from the Dollar Tree. So you can make this for, probably under $10 depending on the different paints that you already have. This is really a great design, really easy to do. After Valentine's Day, you could turn the jars around for spring and put you some other floral items in here. For Easter, you could even put some little Easter eggs in here to make this design to be able to last into a different holiday season. And we're going to move on to our second design. Now this is our second DIY. Again, this is Kirkland's website that we're looking at on my computer here. And this is called a berry heart wreath. And it retails there for $24.99. And we're going to make that for a fraction of the cost using Dollar Tree items. I purchased this wreath here from the Dollar Tree. I actually cut the little red heart out of the center, and I'm going to use that on another project. But I spray painted this a brown, and then I trimmed my fringe down. So it may be easier to go ahead and trim the outer edge of that fringe and in the inside so you just don't have as much of that excess, and then spray paint it. It gives you the fullness, but you just don't need all of that added fringe. And this is a picture of the heart. This is with the fringe before I cut it, because like I said, I actually had painted mine before I trimmed it down, but it may be easier for you to go ahead and trim it and then spray paint it. I purchased 6 of these garlands from the Dollar Tree. They did not have a white at my store, so I'm using 2 of the purple and a pink, and I just went along and painted those white, and then I found 3 of the red, so I'm using 6 in total for my wreath. And this is my wreath where I actually trimmed off the fringe. So all I did was go along the outer edge of the heart and then the inner edge and trim some of that fringe off. And then what I did for my garland is I just started from the center of the heart and went around to the point on each side and then cut strips and tied them together there with some wire. So I have 2 bunches of red and then 2 bunches of white, 1 for each side. For some reason, I deleted that clip of the video. But that is all I'm doing, is just using some floral wire and tying those together there on each end. And then I'm going to attach it to my wreath. This is me attaching the white there, and I'm just twisting that on with some floral wire at the center, and then I followed along the outer edge, and I'm twisting it again, or attaching it again down there at the bottom or the point of the heart. I did that along each side with the white, and then we're going to go back with the red and put that on the center. And then this is the red. I did it the same way. I just used some floral wire there and I attached it at the center and then I attached it again at the point, and it's kind of clumped together where I tightened it with the wire. So then all I'm doing is kind of fanning it out here with my hands just to open it up and kind of twist it around the inside of the wreath there. So here's my finished wreath, the pink fringe wreath. It actually came with a hanger on the back that's already there, but when I was trimming my fringe off, I actually cut that off. So if you do that by mistake, you'll just have to attach you another hanger there, or you can use some twine or something to make you a hook. I'm actually hanging this here at the end of my hallway. I have a cathedral window there, and it has some nails on each side, so I didn't really need a hook. So that's how I'm attaching mine, but you can use a piece of twine if you want a hanger there in the middle. So let's go back and I'll show you the picture from Kirkland. So this is our copycat. This again is Kirkland's website, and this is the wreath that we're copying, and this retails for $24.99. And you can make this wreath for a fraction of the cost there from what you could buy at Kirkland's. The wreath only cost $1, and then I bought 6 bunches of the garland, so that's only $7. I used an espresso spray paint as the shade of brown that I used, and that matched up really good with the garland. Hopefully they may have some white garland at your store, so you don't have to paint that. And that really didn't take a long time to go through. I just started painting each little bead there and went through, and I did that pretty quickly with some white chalk paint. So you can make this, for around $7. That's such a great buy compared to the retail price for that from Kirkland's. And this really didn't take a long time. This is a really quick and easy design, but something very festive for you to put there in your home. I hope our 2 designs here inspired you to decorate for Valentine's Day, but also gave you some options where you can do this on a budget-friendly way without having to go out and spend a lot of money. We hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Let us know in the comments which design you preferred or which design you like better. We also want to give a big shout out to Christy Creates and Sammy from Unicorn Dust Designs for allowing us to participate in the Chic for Cheap challenge today. If you're new to our channel, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on some of our other Valentine DIYs that are coming out. Check out the other crafters in the playlist. That'll be listed down in our description box, along with Christy Creates and Unicorn Dust Designs is also, their information's in our description box. And I'm also linking some of our other DIY videos with snowmen and snowflakes if you're interested in those. Check those out. Thanks. We want to thank everyone for watching today. We love to go hiking. If you want some peaceful, enjoyable sounds here, there's a great waterfall that we're going to leave you with today. Hope you enjoy.